Lesson 5. Post-War Philippines. Course. Readings in the Philippine History.
On July 4, 1946, the Philippines finally gained full independence from the United States. This was made official through the Treaty of General Relations, also called the Treaty of Manila. The world began to recognize the Philippines as a free and independent country. From this moment on, Filipinos took full control of their nation and began a new chapter of self-governance and national pride.
Through the Treaty of Manila, the U.S. formally recognized the independence of the Philippines. However, the treaty allowed the U.S. to keep its military bases in the country. While we were politically free, economic and military ties with the U.S. remained. This set the tone for how our countries would relate moving forward, free, but still influenced.
World War II left the Philippines in ruins. Manila, once a beautiful city, was badly damaged. Homes, businesses, and roads were destroyed. People struggled to survive in a broken economy. Rebuilding the country became urgent, and the people needed massive support to recover and move forward.
The Bell Trade Act fixed our money's value to the US dollar and allowed 8 years of free trade with the US. This led to many American goods entering our markets. Sadly, local businesses couldn't keep up with the competition. Over time, this created a deep economic reliance on the US.
This clause gave American citizens the same economic rights as Filipinos. They could own businesses and access our natural resources. It went against our 1935 Constitution, which was meant to protect our national wealth. Many Filipinos questioned this move, seeing it as a threat to our independence.
The U.S. offered $620 million in aid, but only if the Philippines agreed to the Bell Trade Act. This put our leaders in a difficult position. With the country in ruins, they needed the money. But accepting the aid meant giving up some control over our economy. It raised concerns about whether we were truly free.
Many Filipinos started to speak out against the strong influence of foreigners on our economy. They pushed for laws that would support Filipino-owned businesses and protect national resources. This movement aimed to give more economic power back to Filipinos and reduce foreign control.
President Garcia introduced the Filipino First policy to protect Filipino businesses and industries. It encouraged people to buy local products and gave priority to Filipino-owned companies. This policy helped build a stronger national identity and gave more economic opportunities to Filipino workers and entrepreneurs.
When Filipinos own and run businesses, the wealth stays within the country. This means more jobs, better living conditions, and stronger communities. It also helps reduce poverty and ensures that many benefit, not just a few. True independence means being in charge of our own economy.
The Constitution included protections to make sure land and important industries remained in Filipino hands. But with laws like the Bell Trade Act, these protections were often bypassed. Many questioned whether our laws were truly serving the Filipino people or favoring foreign interests.
This law was passed to make sure that small retail businesses were owned by Filipinos. It aimed to protect local vendors and prevent foreigners from taking over small-scale trade. It was an important step in making sure the everyday Filipino had a fair chance to succeed in business.
Claro M. Recto was a powerful voice who stood against foreign control of our economy. He believed in economic nationalism and true independence. Through his speeches, he called on Filipinos to think critically and take pride in running their own country. His ideas influenced many leaders and young people.
The Bell Trade Act and Laurel Langley Agreement shaped the Philippine economy for years. These laws kept us tied to the U.S. in trade and business. While some benefits were gained, the long-term effects included economic dependence and debates about real independence.
This law reorganized the country's foreign service to improve diplomacy. It helped build a more professional foreign affairs office. However, it lacked clear guiding principles and needed to be updated to meet the growing challenges of a modern world.
This newer law replaced the old one and introduced the three pillars of foreign policy: national security, economic diplomacy, and the protection of Filipinos abroad. It provided a clearer path for how the Philippines should act in the global community and strengthened our foreign service system.
In a graduation speech at University of the Philippines, Recto warned against depending too much on foreign aid. He criticized leaders who beg for help instead of making independent decisions. He believed that national dignity should come first, and that Filipinos should stand on their own in world affairs.
After Recto passed away, Senator Lorenzo Tonada continued the fight for true independence. In a strong speech at Lyceum, he criticized the government's foreign policies and called for more control over our own affairs. He remained a leading voice in defending the Filipino people's rights.
These past struggles still matter today. They remind us to put the country's interests first and support Filipino businesses. History teaches us the value of resilience and independence. As we face global challenges, we must protect our rights, dignity, and economic future as a nation.